Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Luz and this is my channel. Today's video is going to be a monthly favorites. Today I will share with you my favorite beauty items for the month of October. These are the things that I have been reaching for the most during this entire month. Let's jump right in. Oh, by the way, I do have one disappointing product this month and I will share that at the very end. So without further ado, just keep on watching. I'm going to start off by showing you three of my favorite liquid lipsticks. I purchased these at the beginning of the month and have fallen completely in love with all three shades of the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills mini liquid lipstick set. They come with the shade Hudson, Dazed, and Bittersweet. I am wearing the shade Hudson on my lips today, and this is what that looks like. And I feel like you get a very great value with these shades. You get 3 colors for $22 and they are the perfect size to fit in your pocket, and these colors are just specifically, in my opinion, meant for the fall season. You have a neutral shade, a more red color, and a brown color, and to me these just scream fall, and I am completely obsessed with these. If you have not picked them up, I completely recommend them. Staying on the lip topic, this I received in my BoxyCharm and it is the Tarteist Lippy. This is called the Tarteist Lip Paint and I have the shade Delish. I did do a video opening my BoxyCharm and this is one of the products that came in here. This is a full-sized item and it's the perfect my lips but better, more on the rosy color tone for the lips, and it is beautiful. It stays on quite nicely, it dries down quite matte, and it looks, I think it would be really good on every skin tone. It is a very beautiful wearable color that is perfect for any occasion. Even if you want to glam it up or dress it down for an everyday look, this is a very beautiful color. I'm also going to swatch the other 3 shades on here, that way you can get a comparison. These are all of the 4 shades that I have mentioned for my favorites and the 4 shades that I have been loving. This is Delish, this is Hudson, this is Dazed, and this is Bittersweet. As you can see, this one is the more neutral nude color and this has more red undertones. This one's more brown and this one is definitely more on the pinky rosy side. All 4 of these colors have been my favorite for the month of October. And they haven't dried down yet, but they do dry down just a tad bit darker, as you can see here. This one's drying down and it just dries down a tiny bit darker than what it looks like right now. These are the shades swatched for you. Staying on the BoxyCharm topic, another item that I received this month from my BoxyCharm that I have been loving is the Becca Cosmetics Prosecco Pop highlight. It is what I have on my cheeks today. It is a very beautiful goldy tone highlight that in my opinion would also look great on many different skin tones. That's what that looks like here. It is a very blinding highlight, and specifically depending on what brush you use it with, it'll give you a different effect. This is swatched with my finger and I believe that's how you can get the most pigment from it. Today I did apply it with an e.l.f. brush. I believe this is their blush brush. I just placed it on here, picked a little bit with the very edge of the brush and applied it ever so lightly. And because it is a fluffy brush, you're not going to get too much pigment, which for an everyday, I think it is the best way to apply your highlight, with a fluffy brush. If you do want more of a blinding highlight, like I said, you can always use your fingertips or use a more dense brush. Just always make sure to blend it in, just so you don't have just a streak of highlight. You can always blend it in and it'll look a little bit more natural. Another favorite this month has been my Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is in the shade Caramel Toffee and it is the highlight with a bronzer or contour pan. It is very affordable and it works really nicely. It does a great job at highlighting and contouring, and I have been loving this contour palette. And moving on to some skincare favorites. I have been obsessed with this L'Oreal Pure Clay Cleanser. This is to detox and brighten from clay to mousse. Removes everyday impurities, dirt, oil, and pollution. It has 3 pure clays plus charcoal. I have been using this every morning to wash my face, and as well as every evening after I remove my makeup. It has truly brightened my skin. The only thing I don't like is if any of it falls in your mouth, it tastes horrible. But the scent, it's really good. It has like a very masculine cologne-y scent, which some people might not like, but to me, I love it, especially in the shower. It just takes over the whole process and makes it into an experience. Just don't get it in your mouth because it tastes really bad. And it's kind of difficult when you're washing your face and not have any of it go in your mouth. Kind of have to make it an effort to shut your mouth when you're washing it off, just because it does taste horrible, and it kind of tastes like perfume. So if you've ever had perfume in your mouth and you tasted perfume, it tastes like that. So it's not a very pleasant taste. Next up, it is my Pixi Glow Mist with propolis and argan oil. This is a nourishing mist hydrant spray. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in one of my favorites videos before, and I used to use this in a completely different way. I used to use this as a makeup setting spray, but I did feel like I ended up looking quite oily, so I put it away and stopped using it for a while. And lately what I have been doing is using it as a nighttime treatment. I put it on after I finish my skincare as the last step, because it has that argan oil, and argan oil is very good oil for your skin, whether you're oily or dry. I used to be a huge fan, or still am a huge fan, of the Josie Maran argan oil. I just have not been able to purchase it. So when I saw that this had argan oil, it has completely taken over that argan oil makeup step, or that beauty oil step in my skincare routine. So I spray this all over the face after I have done my moisturizer, done all of my treatments. I spray that when I wake up in the morning. My skin is glowing. It looks beautiful. It's a great little addition to your skincare. So it's nothing that I would say you absolutely must have, especially if you're already using a face oil. But if you're not using a face oil and you've been interested, but it's not in your budget per se, specifically the Josie Maran, which can cost you about $40. This one you can purchase at Target for, I believe it's like $8 or $9. I'm not 100% sure, but it lasts you a long time, and it has a very fine spray mist. So you just mist it all over your face at the end and get ready for bed. The last skincare item that I have to share with you is my Cetaphil Daily Hydrating Lotion. This I picked up on recommendation on my good friend Andrea back in Vegas where the weather is super duper dry. I picked this up and I still have it. I picked it up, it's been over 6 months, and I still have it. It still lasts me, and I still have quite a bit to go. I do about 2 squirts of this, or 2 pumps of this product during the day. This is for dry and extra dry skin. I do have combination oily skin, but because it is such a thin consistency, I don't feel like it causes my skin to look oily. And even though this is meant for very dry skin, it's not heavy at all. It's very lightweight, and it just gives the right amount of moisture. It does not have a scent, which I know some people are very particular about, and the only thing I wish was that it had a sunscreen in it, but it doesn't, and it's okay. It is a very, very wonderful product. It is drugstore. You can pick it up at Rite Aid. I think I picked mine up at Walmart. I'm not 100% sure, and it's very affordable. So I completely recommend this, no matter what skin type you have. My friend Andrea has very dry skin, and she swears by this. And like I said, I have combination oily skin, and it works really good with my skin as well. Moving on to something that is not beauty related, but I feel that scents or smelling good has a lot to do with beauty. I don't think that this is makeup related, so if you don't want to watch this, just fast forward it. But something that I have been loving is this Secret Invisible Spray, particularly in the scent Cool Waterlily. It smells really good all day long. I've had some of these spray deodorants that after a few hours I can no longer smell the beautiful deodorant smell, rather something horrible, which is armpit smell, and it is the worst. Body odor is the worst. This has such a nice fragrance and it stays on through the whole day. At the end of the day, when I take off my clothes to put on my pajamas, I can still smell it. It smells really fresh. I have not tried any other of the Secret scents, not in this form, at least not in the spray-on form, so I'm excited to try it. But this one is just really good scent. It does not overpower too much, but yet you can still smell it throughout the rest of the day. And the last item, which I don't know why I didn't put this in with the other makeup items, is this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Bardot. This is for when I'm not wearing any makeup or any face makeup at all. I just put this on my cheeks, sweep it around right up here on the forehead area and my chin, and it gives such a beautiful, just glowy, flushed look. I like it on bare skin. I like it with a foundation. It is on the shimmery side, so you don't even need a highlight with this. Beautiful, just like when you just come in from outside where it's cold, gives this beautiful sheen. It's so easy to apply with a synthetic brush, even your fingers, and just blend it out. I particularly prefer it with a synthetic brush, and it's just this beautiful rosy tint. And you wouldn't think that by looking at the pot right away. You would think that it's very strong, but once it's blended out, it just gives a beautiful flushed look. Moving on to my disappointment for this month. I only have one disappointment, and it is this Marc Jacobs Marvelous Mousse Transformative Foundation. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. I did do a haul. If you have not seen it, I'll link it up here. So I had originally purchased this in the shade, I believe it was medium golden or golden medium, and I didn't like the shade. It didn't match, so I went back and picked it up in a darker shade. And it's not the worst foundation I've ever tried, but I don't think it's worth it. You can make it work. It is what I have on my skin today, so after I worked with it and played with it and added powder, concealer, everything, it can look okay. On its own, it just balls up. It doesn't cover around the nose. I had to put a lot of concealer to make that work today. Once you blend it in and then you go in to apply more and blend it in, it just picks it up. It doesn't blend. And although I did get this off of TJ Maxx, I don't think it's even worth the $12 that I paid for it. I believe that originally it retails for $55 on the Marc Jacobs website, and that is just something, I don't know how anybody could pay that amount of money for this particular foundation. If you are thinking about purchasing it off the website, I would say go for the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna foundation. It will cost you a few dollars less than this one, and it'll do a great job. This is the first Marc Jacobs foundation that I have ever tried, and I've heard great things about Marc Jacobs foundation, so I'm still gonna give one of the other ones a try sometime in the near future. They are pricey, so might do it when it goes on sale, when we have the Sephora VIB sale. But for now, this one, it's a no-go for me. So if you are thinking about picking it up at TJ Maxx or on the website, you have been warned. It's very difficult to work with. I'm not saying that you can't work with it or it's the worst foundation ever in the whole entire world, but I'm saying you have to work with it. And once you do work with it, it looks good. I mean, it looks good on camera specifically. I might just have this be my filming foundation but in person it just looks kind of cakey and it's just not for me. So that is it for this month's beauty favorites and one hate it. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so by clicking that red subscribe button down below. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I truly appreciate it and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Bye. Bye. Bye.